What is up, guys? This is PrimalSceptile here. Welcome back to another Pokemon Showdown gameplay video. Now, guys, I've been away for a long time, and there are reasons for it. First of all, there was a type of festival and holiday that followed up a week ago exactly, and well, in that week I wasn't even home. I was away, and that's why I couldn't get any videos up whatsoever. And after that, I got sick when I came back. I've been sick for the past 3 days. In fact, I'm a little sick right now. But this is where now today. Now normally you guys know I love to do battles with teams and everything. But I fell in love with a particular tier, and that tier is Battle Factory. Now, if you do not know what Battle Factory is, it's a randomized meta. But what makes this, in my opinion, better than your typical random battle is that Battle Factory gives you a fully, like, it gives both of your opponents, you and your opponent, a tier. You get mons from the tier, you get a competitive team, and it's basically that makes it better. You can see your opponent's whole team instead of the Pokeballs are showing you their whole team. You get a competitive, if you have a competitive tier battle, and that is why Battle Factory just speaks out to me. So today we're gonna be doing a Battle Factory battle. We're gonna be doing maybe more than that. Here you see we get an Ubers battle right off the bat, which I mean I don't really like fighting in Ubers. Ubers is definitely not one of my top ranked tiers. I do have a Deoxys speed though. I don't know how to rank that, but regardless of whatever, we've got to do this battle now. I don't want to end up forfeiting. The leads on the inside can be that Deoxys defense, or it can be that Greninja. Let me just look through my mons real quick. Look for a favorable lead. I do have to have back into let's see. I think I'm gonna open up with Giancy, because if he tries to hazard stack against me, he's just gonna get Magic Mouse. So he opens up with his Greninja as I open up with my Giancy. Now I will think this Greninja might have Gunk Shot, which is why I'm gonna click Protect, just in case Scala for what move he's going for. He actually just goes for the Scald, so I forgot about that. So here I'm pretty much forced to switch out, and I almost switched out to Groudon, and I'm so glad I saw that he's not like that. I'm gonna go out into my Ferrothorn, because Ferrothorn can take the skull pretty well because that 8 damage. He does get that burn, which is extremely unfortunate for me. That is extremely unfortunate. I mean, look how much damage I would have done to this thing. I'm gonna go ahead and fire for Lead Seed on this thing. He actually goes for Chance, never mind. So I can only click Gyro Ball, and I'm gonna be doing no damage whatsoever with it. So he's probably now that's a problem. I will click Gyro Ball and see how much damage I do. He actually does fire for Toxic Spikes, and I have no means of getting rid of those. Actually, I do have default. You know what? I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a switch. He actually fires off his own switch, switches out into his Deoxys. Now this Deoxys, different speed. I'm just gonna click default straight up. Lower that thing's evasion and stuff. He actually goes for skill swap, so I get that pressure. He just took away my Levitate, which is interesting. He actually probably thought I would go out into Diancie here, and that's why he probably went for the skill swap. Now, because of that skill swap, I am afraid of making that decision. Instead, I'm just gonna fire for Draco here. He does switch, goes out into Arceus Fairy. I mean, I couldn't have predicted that. I don't think it showed in the start. Yeah, it just shows Arceus. This time it wasn't really, and because all his models didn't show up. What you gotta do? So he goes out into his Arceus. I'm probably gonna click Instant Fairy type move here. So I'm just gonna go into Ferrothorn. I'm sorry, I've got a like stuffed nose. So I do go out of my Ferrothorn. He does just go for that Fairy type Judgment. I'm gonna click. He might have Magico. He might, but I'm just gonna click Lead Seed. I do run Magico on my Fairy Arceus, if I ever do. He does just instead just switch out straight up into Dialga. Now I know for a fact Dialga is gonna have a Fire type move, otherwise he would have not switched out into this thing. Period. I need something with a good special defense stat. Yo, Deoxys defenses are the most pitiful thing I've seen. Period. Oh my god. Dude. Alright, so I need something to take a fire dive hit. I don't really, I'm just gonna go to Arceus. Which, I mean, it actually just goes for Stealth Rock, which means if I had made a read, not a read, but if I had made a switch in a dance, I would have Stealth Rocks on my side of the field. Now here, I don't know what he wants to do to me. I think I'm safe to click Swords Dance right now. It's not like he really has anything to exactly hit me at the moment. I like Roar of Time, it won't kill me, I'm sure of that. So I click Swords Dance and see what he goes for. He does just go for a Flash Cannon. It does an okay amount of damage. But with that lead seed, here I click EQ. I don't know if he knows I'll go for EQ, because he does have like 2 immunities to it. But I'm gonna click it. There's no point in me risking going for an E-Speed. He does stay in. He has a Sugar Berry, and for that he's able to fire off another Flash Cannon with that help of that Sugar Berry. So he used that Dialga just to bring my Arceus down. However, at 47% with a Swords Dance, thanks to that lead seed, I am still at a fairly good amount of health. He goes out into his Greninja, who I will just straight up E-Speed. He might go for War Shuriken. He does not. He probably, maybe he didn't have it on the set, remember, randomized sets and stuff. Also, so now he sits on Lugia. By the way, you guys might be thinking that Latios isn't good for Ubers, but get this, Latios is allowed to have Soldew in Ubers, which is why it makes a big impact. So out comes Lugia, and now Lugia is something I am legitimately scared of. Like I'm legit scared of it. He might go for Toxic right now. He actually goes for Whirlwind, which is really, really bad. Like, I predicted Toxic, and I would refresh on the Toxic. But Whirlwind is something which is commonly run on Lugia, and I could have predicted that, or at least got some decent damage off it. Here, I will just click Lead Seed, because Lead Seed is overall will help in this match. Lead Seed is a good move to use, and I can eventually, like, this game is, I don't know how it'll go for now. He goes out into his Deoxys defense, which, I mean, now this thing probably has like taunt variant and stuff like that. I will protect and scout for what this thing wants to do. He actually just goes straight up for the spikes. And I'm gonna go out into my Latias right now, cause I can defog and I can do a lot with my Latias. I'm pretty sure this Deoxys will not have anything to touch my Latias. The most offensive move I can think all for this Deoxys is probably just Psycho Boost, and my Latias can easily take the Psycho Boost. So I do switch out of Latias, take that stone damage. He does go for that skill swap again, so I get that pressure again. I'm just gonna proceed to fire off a defog as he does switch out into his Arceus Fairy. Now again, Moonblast is incoming, and here I go out into my Pharaoh. I go out into my Pharaoh, and I just have a good time. He actually does make a double out into his Landorus, and now I don't know what this Landorus will have exactly. I want to click Protect because that is just taking burn damage. I will like to scout. I'm just gonna click Lead Seed. He does go for the Earth Power and knocks me out, so that's all. That was just a general move I would have. Here, I think this is a good opportunity to go out into my Deoxys, and I can scare him out with a potential Ice Beam. The thing on his team actually wants to take an Ice Beam, so I think I'll just click it. I could also click Psycho Boost. I could actually click Psycho Boost and deal a lot of damage. Like, I'd be doing more with this thing. But I don't think this thing will necessarily lower High Ice Speed, so I'll just click it. If he does lower Ice Speed, if he makes that really well, kudos to my opponent, is Nidoking of the North. That's his name, right? Yeah. It's kind of difficult to read in this layout. Yes, it is Nidoking of the North. So he did not predict my Ice Beam, and I am able to lock out the Landorus. And we are going 5-3 against this guy. So that is that's a go. That can be a real go win this match. 5-3. Like I said, adding forfeit. So we do win this match 5-3. Now I'm gonna go ahead and look for another match because this video is only like 10 minutes long. We'll get at least 2 battles in. I've left you guys hanging for loads of time, and this is my chance to make it up to you guys. I pause the video till you fight a battle. You guys do not have any idea how long it took me to fight that battle. Anyway, so we are now having, by the looks of it, a PU battle, or an NU. Actually, I think this is NU tier against JX4, and now leads on his head can be that feral torn. Feral like seems like a good lead on his head, or maybe that camera. Both are really likely. Now, in both regards, I'm thinking who to lead with, and I'm actually just gonna straight up lead with my character Costa. He does lead with that camera, so I make this read quite well. And now here he has a choice on who he wants to switch out into. I'm gonna freely just click, he might click Stealth Rock himself, which is something I'm afraid of. But I'm just gonna click Skull in case he does get cocky, which he does, and just stays in, take the Skull, fire off his rocks. Here, I think now he's gonna switch, now that he's got his rocks up. And this turn, I'm gonna click my own Stealth Rock. He does switch, I make that read perfectly. He does go out of Ferocity, so clearly Chuck, they would have been the wrong place, something I was originally thinking about. Now he's gonna go for insert grass type move here. And I'm gonna just make a switch out into my Manmortar. I will take 25% for rocks, but he actually goes for bullets. I need to default this stuff away. So he's gonna switch out into something to take fire damage, probably the man team. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a double out into my scum tank. Now this is a questionable play, but this might be my one and only chance. Yeah, he does go out into that bad team, but this might be my one and only chance to fire off a default. I will have to take a Skulls to fire off this default, but I think getting rid of all this stuff is necessary, even if I do have to get rid of his own. See, that is 31%. He does get that burn, which is extremely unfortunate. I'm going to fire off a Dark Pulse right now. I'm going to try to take it out with the combination of Dark Pulse and Aftermath. Skuntank, it did its job, got rid of hazards. He does switch, makes it double out into the Sparrow Seed, which isn't really good for him, because I can proceed to fire off a Fire Blast. And Fire Blast will absolutely annihilate this Sparrow Seed. Now this Sparrow Seed might be going for spikes, trying to set up, knowing that this is my only way of hazard removal. He now makes it switch out into camera, that's actually landed for us. Who thought that would happen? So here, I'm just going to click Dark Pulse, and I hope the combination of Dark Pulse and Aftermath does knock him out. He's probably playing the switch game to avoid Aftermath, now that I think about it. He is. He played the switch game just to avoid Aftermath damage. And he was successful. That burn, that snag on that burn was extremely unfortunate. 250 speed, 262, so if it's max speed, I don't outspeed. I don't want to be Skull here. This is a tough decision. Alright, this is better. I'm going to switch out into my Sliggoo. And I'm going to proceed to fire off a... Now he probably, I don't know, he probably won't predict my Thunderbolt, so I'm just going to go for it. Sure, Thunderbolt is a common move, which is run, but I don't know if he'll predict it necessarily. Like, this is randomized. He does actually predict my Thunderbolt quite well going out into his camera, but here I can click Muddy Water and absolutely annihilate this camera. My special attack is actually quite high. In fact, without the Eula, it's the highest attack. He does now make a switch out into the Sparrow Sea, so this guy is literally playing the switch game like none other. He's probably going to proceed to click spikes right now. That is what I think. And I'm just going to go out into my Magmortar as he goes for spikes. He actually goes for Protect, probably trying to make a read or a prediction on what I would go for next. Now, here's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to click... I'm going to click Flame Charge, so I am sure I outspeed his Manty. He actually goes for Protect. He's probably scouting out on if I have... Now, seeing that I went for Flame Charge, he might be going out into that camera. I'm going to make a neutral play and go back out into my Sliggoo. He does go out into camera, so that neutral play works out well. And I'm just gonna click Muddy Water. And I do absolutely annihilate this camera. He knew I had Muddy Water, but he probably thought switching out into Fantasy was not worth it right now. So with that very water, now he goes out into his Pharaoh Seed, and this is where he clicks Spikes, or he either clicks Spikes or Lead Seed. I hope he does not have Lead Seed. I would rather prefer the Spikes. He does have Lead Seed. Cursed maybe. Here, I'm gonna click Flame Charge, cause he actually might go for, yeah, he's going for Protect. You know what, now I'm taking, so I'm still gonna click Flame Charge, so I'm sure though I will kill this thing. He goes out into his Mantine, but with the combination of this Flame Charge, with that speed boost, I will outspeed this Mantine for sure, and I can proceed to click Thunderbolt. I hope he does not make that prediction. I have not revealed that I'm packing Thunderbolt on back border. He does not make that prediction, and I'm able to knock out his Mantine. So I love those reads I made, that Flame Charge into the Thunderbolt. I love that prediction. He goes out into his Pharaoh Seed here. I know for a fact he's gonna click Protect. There's very little I can do to prevent that. I do not really have great responses to this Pharaoh Seed. Oh, but I have HP. Alright, so I'm gonna do something which, I mean, this is a questionable play. I'm gonna go out of my tagline, he clicks Protect Mid, and I will click HP Fire. I know this probably won't kill Pharaoh Seed. I mean, it's from a Tangela, but it still does a whole lot of damage. He does proceed to set up a layer of spikes. Now here, he's probably gonna switch. He will switch. I'm gonna make that re-click Sleep Powder. Ah, yes. So I do make that read perfectly. Click Sleep Power and render this Hariyama into sleepy. No way. I'm gonna now click Leaf Storm, see how much damage I'm able to proceed. Get on this Hariyama. It has Thick Fats, Gut, or Sheer Force. Now I don't know. I mean, what are the chances of Hariyama having Sleep Talk? Does Hariyama learn Sleep Talk? I'm not gonna go ahead and look, because I'm lazy, but still. I'm gonna just proceed to click Leaf Storm, see how much damage I do. He actually goes out into his Behemoth, which takes a whole lot of damage from that Leaf Storm. But he is of course taking advantage of Sleep Ghost, which is present in this format. I'm gonna go out to my Sliggoo, because Sliggoo has a nice special defense with that EVO light. Take a little bit, take that 12% from that, he goes for that Psychic. It actually does still do a whole lot of damage. That Behemoth with probably Analytic. I will outspeed this thing, thankfully, by like 1 point. He's probably gonna switch out into his Ferrotor here. And there's nothing I can do about it. I'm just gonna click Draco, try to get as much damage out as possible. I would really love if I do have Sap Zipper, which is something to keep in mind. I can take an incoming. He actually goes out into his Hariyama, which is interesting. So, but the Hariyama does tank that pretty well. I'm gonna go out into. This is tough. I'm gonna go out into my Tangela, because I can take advantage of Regenerator. He actually goes out into Pharaoh Seed, which I mean isn't really good for him. Here he might sack off his Pharaoh Seed, which I mean I would love. That would make my Sliggoo much better this time. He does go for Protect, so making a read as if what I'm gonna do. He's probably gonna switch right now, but there's no point in me clicking Leaf Storm or Sleep Powder. I could make a read into him going into that Hariyama, get a free switch in with something. But I don't think it's that worth. I'm gonna click HP Fire. He does stay in, so he does sack off his Pharaoh Seed, realizing that it has no answers from my Tangela, and now that's really good for me, because with that Pharaoh Seed gone, I can freely click Draco Meteor without any resistance. He does have that Zangoose in the back. That Toxic Orb Zangoose could be detrimental to my team. Here comes Hariyama. I'm gonna straight up click Leaf Storm. Just get as much damage on this Hariyama as possible. It's still sleep, which I mean, maybe. Did I outspeed this Hariyama? I did. Like, does it say? No, it doesn't. Yeah, it does. So I do outspeed. So if this Hariyama doesn't wake up, I can proceed to fire off a Draco on it. It is still sleep, so I can now fire off a Draco on this Hariyama. I could also click Muddy Water and play that game, but I'm not that kind of guy. So I'm going to Draco, see how much I lock on the Hariyama, so that's another threat out of the way. So I am 1 by 1. I like how I play with that sleep counter prediction and the HP fire prediction. I think I played good in this match with that flame charge, thunderbolt, and that HP fire prediction. I played quite decently in this match. I'm not here to brag. Alright, so he goes out into this thing, which I'm just gonna let it take me out right now. I'm gonna click Muddy Water for that cheap. Okay, I missed. I'm gonna let it take me out. Sligu did its job in this match quite well. Everything has to come to an end. 196 speed, so I do outspeed with this. Will probably take that. So I will go on a man more who will take 12% from the spikes. I'm gonna proceed I'm actually gonna click Flame Charge to get that speed boost for facing that Zangoose, because now I'm pretty sure with 375 speed I outspeed Zangoose. I do, which I normally wouldn't have. I will click Fire Blast. I hope the Zangoose is not packing Quick Attack. If it is, what are you gonna do? He is packing Quick Attack, which is unfortunate. And he gets the Toxic. Alright, so this is where things get tricky. Tricky. I'm gonna go out in a Tangela. And I'm just gonna click Leaf Storm. I have to. It goes for that knock off, does very minimal amount of damage. I found this Leaf Storm. I just knock it out. Oh my god, Tangela, you legend. You legend. Anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. This was this Foul Factory episode. I enjoyed both matches, even if he did get a crit in the end. This match was actually really good. I had loads of fun. I made beautiful reads. Not bad. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.